Good day and welcome to our series of lectures in Hidden Facts. We'll be taking biology and we'll be treating the topic on the cell and its environment. What do we mean when we talk about the environment of the cell? The environment of a cell is its total surrounding. A unicellular organism, for example, is surrounded by the medium in which it lives. That medium could be water, air, or soil. That is, the environment of such unicellular organism can either be water, air, or soil. Or in the case of a parasite, it could be a part of a living organism. That is, those unicellular organisms that are parasites, their environment could be part of a living organism. Why for multicellular organisms? In multicellular organisms, that is, organisms that have many cells, each of the cell is surrounded by other cells and some tissue. That is, the environment of a multicellular organism are the surrounding cells and some tissues. Of what importance does the environment of the cell play? Importance of the cell's environment. Number one, the tissue fluid or water around the cell provides its full substance and oxygen. That is, for oxygen and food to be provided adequately to the cell, it depends on the tissue fluid and water around the cell. Number two, the tissue fluid or water around a cell keeps the soil moist and prevents it from drying up. 3. The environment of a cell provides a medium into which excretory products from the cell are deposited. That is, the environment of a cell helps in the process of excretion. 4. The tissue fluid acts as a buffer around the cell. The tissue fluid acts as a buffer around the cell. When we say buffer, what do we mean? We simply mean that the tissue fluid can control or regulate the degree of acidity or alkalinity around the cell. Number 5, it provides a medium in which some chemical reactions takes place. That is, the environment around the cell provides the medium in which some chemical reactions can occur. Now, a cell can exchange materials with its surrounding. So we'll be looking at some materials that are being exchanged between the cell and its environment. The materials exchanged between a cell and its surrounding are as follows. Number 1, food materials. And these food materials are what provide nutrients. 2. Gases such as oxygen and carbon dioxide. 3. Excretory substances. 4. Water. The exchange of materials between a cell and its environment depends on some processes. These are known as biophysical processes. And the biophysical processes involved in exchange of materials include diffusion, osmosis, active transport, plasmolysis, turgidity, hemolysis, and crenation. We will be taking each of these biophysical processes. Firstly, let's look at the process of diffusion. Diffusion. What is diffusion? Diffusion is defined as the process by which molecules or ions of a substance such as liquid, gases, or solid move randomly from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration through the medium of air or liquid until there is an even distribution of the molecules. That is, until there is uniformity of concentration gradients. Note: gases can diffuse through air or liquid, while liquids can diffuse through other liquids. Vapor can diffuse from aromatic solid compounds through the air, while solid molecules can diffuse through liquids if they are dissolvable in such liquids. Some examples of the cases of diffusion include: 1. The foul smell from a dead rat. When a rat dies, maybe in your house or somewhere, or in the classroom, you will notice that as time goes on, the smell becomes more intense. The first smell that is being perceived from a dead rat is being possible by the process of diffusion. It moves from the region of higher concentration, which is where the rat died, to other regions, which are regions of lower concentration around the room. And after some time, equilibrium will be reached. That is the process of uniformity of concentration gradient. Another example of the process of diffusion is the pleasant smell from air freshener, which is spread through a room. The third example is the ability of ink molecules to move in water. Remember, we said that liquids diffuse through other liquid. When you place an ink molecule into water, you will notice that as the ink drops in water, it spreads all around through the water until there is uniformity of concentration gradient and a particular color spreads around the water. These are some of the examples of diffusion. Now, let's look at the factors that affect the diffusion of substances or that controls diffusion. Number one, surface area. Diffusion increases as the surface area increases. This means that a large surface area will allow more molecules of substances to diffuse, unlike a small surface area. A small surface area will only permit small molecules of substances to diffuse. Number two, temperature. Increase in temperature will increase the movement of molecules, and this will also increase the diffusion rate, while decrease in temperature slow down the movement of molecules and the diffusion rate. That is to say, as temperature increases, diffusion rate increases, and as temperature decreases, diffusion rate decreases. Number three, the size of the molecule or of the particle. Smaller molecules diffuse faster than larger molecules. A smaller molecule will diffuse faster than larger molecules. Number four, the presence of concentration gradient. When the concentration gradient of substance is high, the rate of movement of molecules will increases. When the concentration of substance is high, the rate of movement of molecules will increase. Molecules will move from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration, leading to an increase in the rate of diffusion. Number five, the state or nature of the diffusing substances. The state or nature of the diffusing substances. If we have a gaseous substance, a liquid substance, and a solid substance, the gaseous substance will diffuse more faster than the liquid. That is, gases diffuse faster than liquid, while the liquid substance will diffuse faster than solid. That is to say, liquid diffuse faster than solid. And lastly, shaking or stirring. When you have two glass cups, for example, and you place some drops of ink in one, and in the other you place same drops of ink in the other. Let's call the first one glass A and the second glass cup glass B. If we are to stir or shake glass B, the rate of diffusion will be faster than that of glass A. That is, shaking or stirring help to increase the rate of diffusion. So, why is diffusion important to living things? Importance of diffusion to living things. Number one, gaseous exchange involving oxygen and carbon dioxide between cell and its environment during respiration occur by diffusion. That is, diffusion is important in the process of what? Gaseous exchange. That is during respiration. 2. Movement of mineral salt through the cell walls of plants for metabolic process occurs by diffusion. 3. Removal of some excretory products from the cell occurs by diffusion. That is to say, diffusion is important in the process of what? Excretion. 4. Absorption of digested food into the intestinal wall occurs by diffusion. 5. Translocation of food in the phloem involves diffusion. The phloem is located in what? In plants, and it is in the phloem that what food are being translocated. This process occurs what? By diffusion. 6. Carbon dioxide from the air diffuses into the cells of green leaves for photosynthesis. We see that diffusion is also important in the process where green plants manufacture their food, in the process of photosynthesis. 7. Exchange of material between mother and fetus occur by diffusion. Exchange of materials between mother and fetus occur by diffusion. When the fetus is still in the womb, the way the fetus gets its nutrients is through the process of what? Of diffusion. 8. Digested food enters saprophytic plants such as mucor by the process of diffusion. We see the importance of diffusion in nutrition here. One thing I want you to know is that some organisms such as earthworm uses diffusion as their principal method of gaseous exchange. Having learned about diffusion, we will be taking some questions, and these questions were adapted from hidden facts in biology. The first question says thus: the mechanism of gaseous exchange in living organisms is essentially by the mechanism of gaseous exchange in living organisms is essentially by A. Osmosis, B. Inhalation, C. Diffusion, D. Exhalation, E. Breathing. The answer to this question is C. Diffusion. This is because diffusion is the movement of fluid, which can either be gas or liquid, from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration until they are evenly distributed. The exchange of gases such as oxygen and carbon dioxide in the lungs is done through the process of diffusion, as we saw from the lecture. Do not confuse the process of inhalation as exhalation and exhalation for the process of what? Exchange of gases. Breathing is the process of moving air into the body, and that process is known as what? Inhalation. And the process of moving air out of the body or out of the lung is called exhalation. They are not the process of gaseous exchange. Take note, inhalation and exhalation are not the process of gaseous exchange. They are the processes of breathing. Number 2 question. Which of the following statements is correct about diffusion? Which of the following statement is correct about diffusion? A. It involves the movement of water molecule only. It involves the movement of water molecule only. B. Molecules move from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. B. Molecules move from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. C. Differentially permeable membrane must be present for diffusion to occur. Differentially permeable membrane must be present for diffusion to occur. D. It involves the movement of only solute molecules into the Bowman's capsule. And E. It occurs when a solute can no longer dissolve in a solvent. The correct answer is B. Molecules move from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Note that in diffusion, the movement of molecules is from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration until they are evenly distributed. Our next question. Carbon dioxide enters the stomata during photosynthesis through the process known as A. Osmosis, B. Active transport, C. Diffusion, D. Inhalation, E. Ventilation. Correct answer is C. Diffusion. This is because carbon dioxide and oxygen enters and leaves flying plant through the stomata and lattices by the process of diffusion. The next question. It says, which of the following processes occurs by diffusion? Which of the following processes occurs by diffusion? A. Reabsorption of water in kidney tubules. B. Entry of water into the cytoplasm of unicellular animals. C. Absorption of water in the large intestines. D. Exchange of nutrients between a mother and fetus. E. Movement of water in and out of living cells. our answer. If you follow the examples we gave on the process of diffusion in living things, you will see that the exchange of nutrients between a mother and fetus occur through diffusion, and this makes our option to be D. Our next question. The process by which a drop of ink spreads uniformly in a beaker of water is called A. Absorption, B. Osmosis, C. Plasmolysis, D. Diffusion. Our option is D. Diffusion. Having gone through these brief examples, we'll be showing some exercises that were adopted from our book in Hidden Facts in Biology. You can see this exercise in page 63 / page 64. The answers to this exercise are at the back of the book, and there are also more examples. Thank you for listening.